Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Let's see, where are we? There we are.
Nope, I lost all the frames.
Am I the only one with camera to anyone else, or is that just me?
I only see my own camera. I don't see anybody else.
Yep.
Yep, that's pretty much what's been happening. Great, that's awesome. Thanks, Roll20. You
Again.
do best.
Right?
I mean, factually, it's the best that's out there for what it does, and when it works, it's great. It's all the times it hasn't been working lately that really irks me.
Maybe it's us.
What? I can't zoom out? Roll 20? Thank you.
No.
It literally put like the little circle and slash up
No,
there when I tried to
there is
move
no
the zoom
zoom
bar.
yet.
Wait a minute, excuse me?
All right.
There you are.
Okay, so number one, Wolf, why do you have illusion cantrips?
Because that's what it says in the book.
Oh, but how did you get them? Is what I mean.
Oh, because I'm a shadow monk. I get minor illusion as a cantrip, and I've had it the entire fucking time. I didn't realize it till the shadow monk on the C team used it. I was like, wait a second. Why can you do that?
Oh,
Who's the C team?
they are.
Team after B team.
It's
Additionally, you gain minor illusion. Wow. You've had it the whole time.
You've had it the
Yep.
whole time.
Think of the things you could have done.
Yep.
We could have had, at one point, we could have had 3 people with a minor illusion up. We could have had an entire thing.
Yeah, we could have had an entire thing. These are a few of my favorite things. I was waiting for that. First speaks Beaver!
So just so that I understand, we are fully live.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, well.
We've
Hello,
been,
and
we've been live
welcome
for
back.
some time.
The throne shatter. Last time our intrepid heroes made their way towards the meeting place where King Holimian was to meet with the representatives of Goldwood. However, a alchemic dragon had other ideas in mind and attacked the party.
Huzzah!
For a harrowing battle, the dragon was struck down by Kiev, I believe? Struck down, and thus ended their short detour of an adventure. Now the party has arrived at the meeting place. So, what are you all doing?
I stealth.
So, what are you all doing?
It's a good way to start a meeting.
25.
Yeah, no, definitely.
What are you all doing?
It's a good way to
So, as soon as you all enter into the clearing with
no,
this
definitely.
massive
Oh,
archway
shit.
standing there, so as soon as you all enter into Mr. Denacht instantly jumps into one of the bushes, seemingly disappears.
Aha!
What are the rest of you doing?
What?
I'm not going to do that.
Right.
That's my instinct.
What did he do?
He hid.
What do we see?
Right,
You
since we're at the
see-
meeting place.
The wooden archway,
Mm-hmm.
trees all around you.
I fucking see Mr. Denacht.
Yes, you do.
Well, he sees me sleight of handing over in the bushes with a 26.
You suddenly, Rio spots Mr. Denacht doing his amazing levitating penis technique, only to realize it's just been sleight of hand the whole time. It's not magic at all.
I didn't say I was doing anything about that. I just said I was masturbating.
I assume that's how you did it.
That's my assumption too.
Alright, I'd like to. I'll hide too. I'll run up one of the trees and hide.
What? There's no reason to hide. What are you
Okay.
doing?
You're the last one that should. He told them you're gonna be here.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
In the shadows.
Williman looks to his side and realizes you're gone. Looks around a bit, and can only shrug. I would have done the same thing in my youth. Unfortunately, this armor is not very well suited for hiding. What's everyone else doing?
What
else is
do
here?
I have to roll to stand here and be an actual, like, you know,
You can just say, I'm just going to stand here and wait.
human being?
You're currently on the outskirts of this clearing. There's a large wooden arch in the center of the clearing. Trees all around you. Can't really see anyone else here. Not even Rio with his natural 20 can see anyone here.
Do I see any wildlife?
Yes.
I would like to befriend it. I
Okay.
fail.
You look up to a bird nesting on a branch.
And you throw a rock at it.
Hey, wanna be friends? The bird flies away.
You should have offered it a friendship stone.
Right. You should have kept those messenger rocks. That's how you really show friendship.
Oh, rip that messenger rock.
Yeah, you beat the shit out of it.
Well, I didn't know. It surprised me.
Yeah, sometimes those messenger rocks can sneak up on people.
Actually did. So we're the first ones here then.
Yes, it appears so, Olympian.
Just remember Decoy sitting up by your fucking bed and then just yelling at you.
I
Like,
know.
Wait, you remember what?
when we got the rocks, you set one down near Kiev and then just started yelling and he woke up and fucking smashed it with a hammer.
Right. He was yelling and pointing at the rock like, ah!
Oh, boy. Oh man, it's great.
Then I suppose we wait.
Okay.
Hold on, because
I'll do this.
I haven't heard iWatch yet.
Yeah.
iWatch was eating, I think.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Is in
According
the
to her,
channel.
it seems like she's getting cut off.
Oh. Also, I just would like to note that I played the perfect loot for you all.
That's good. I like the perfect loop.
He was very erotic.
Gotta get all the 20s out of the way early on this bullshit.
Virtuosic.
Right.
Kiev, naturally being Kiev, walks over to the archway, sits down on a rock, and starts strumming his lute just idly. And it somehow, completely unknown to Kiev after this point, those random notes come out to be one of the most beautiful songs anyone has heard.
Could you say it was the best song in the world?
It might very well have been.
And that we have to sing a tribute about it?
I got Cam's back.
Because I don't know if we'll remember the greatest song in the world.
Only see Ace Thor and then Wolf is a black screen.
I just
I
refreshed.
see Wolf and Shep.
Yes, I see those two as well.
I see Ace and Shep and Thor.
What
Yeah.
level are you guys? 12?
We're 12 now. Hey, I got Thor.
Let's see here. No extra spell slots. Okay.
No, I didn't get anything new. I got an ability point increase.
Right.
It's bullshit.
I didn't do anything with my feet or my ability score. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You should take an ability score increase.
That's the thing. I don't know what I would buff. If I put anything else in Wisdom, I'm going to end up getting more AC. Which means I'll have 21 AC.
Get lucky.
I'm okay with that.
Oh shit, Lucky? Is
Lucky
a
might
thing?
be useful, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't roll many ones, but after watching the C team, motherfucking. She kept getting ones and was just able to re-roll them. It was super nice.
Beshona, give me a investigation check.
Who's Mashona?
I watch.
Hmm.
Beshona looks around, kicks a bush, area secure.
Oh, I think I almost heard you.
Yeah, I was about to say, I almost heard someone talking. I wasn't
It was
paying
very
attention
quiet.
to Discord to see who it was.
Possible that the microphone is just very far away or very, very low.
Try
Huh.
using sign language. I don't know sign language, but
But you could try it.
I hate to do this, but I have to. Very quick 5-minute break.
okay.
All right then. Well, in that 5 minutes,
I could open a lot of chests in 5 minutes in Zelda.
you could. Yeah.
I would hope certain things last longer than 5 minutes.
Well, you know, when the pressure's on. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Sometimes you just gotta get in and out. What's the line from that Ninja Sex Party song?
Which one? It's a lot of Ninja Sex Party songs.
Oh no, it wasn't Ninja Sex Party. It was
I'm guessing mindless self-indulgence.
no, it was Flight of the Conchords. Making them for 3 minutes. That's right, 3 minutes, baby. It's business time.
It's business. It's business time. So, Wolf, since we're just sitting here, why don't you ask more of your interview questions?
I don't have any prepared, to be honest with you.
Wait, what interview questions?
We were I co-host a show on Twitch with W. Shand on his channel. And I got dating questions that because he has me ask a question to each contestant after he asks a bunch. So I asked questions like, do you prefer to give or receive golden showers? If you were a small animal, what would be the best way to prepare you for human consumption? If I were a Twinkie, what would you fill me with? Which serial killer do you most identify with?
Is it cheating if it's their twin?
Yeah, right. And I said the correct answer to that question is another question. That is, are they fraternal twins or identical twins? If you could be a circus performer, which act would you be?
Very sorry about that.
That's fine.
Are
we all ready?
Yeah, I think we're still good.
Okay, so as Kiev sits at this rock, strumming his lute, he suddenly feels this intense magical energy coming from the roaring star.
Yeah.
That's
So I'm gonna put down the loot and stand up
All right.
and take the Roaring Star off my belt, or however
All right.
I never really and kind of look at it and see if I can tell what's going on. Just kind of be like, I don't know what's
It's
happening.
currently glowing a
Oh.
nice golden color. Kind of an orangish gold.
Huh. I do not know what this is doing.
what happens if you put it closer to the arch?
I try that.
It suddenly intensifies in power and becomes very bright as you get it close to the arch. How are you holding it to the arch? Are you just like touching it to the archway?
I don't think I've touched it yet. I would be kind of just holding it out in front of myself.
Out towards it? Yeah, it
Towards it.
increases in power or intensity.
And like if I take a couple steps closer to it, it gets brighter and brighter.
It further increases in intensity.
Okay, does it feel threatening in any way? Like, do I not like this?
No, it's not threatening at all.
A very pleasant, tingly sensation.
Pretty much, yeah.
This side of my head is tingling. This side is not. Costanza. So. I'm gonna kind of look over at King Hlymian and ask him, Your Highness, I know you have some experience with these types of weapons. Should I be concerned?
Is that the Roaring Star?
It
That's
is.
the Roaring Star?
Where did you find that?
Don't even remember where I did find it. Where did I find it? It was way back.
Oh yeah, you
wasn't
had
that
it for
the
a
factory? Wasn't that the factory? Like
ship
session
factory.
Oh
two?
yes, yes.
while. That was like the start of our friggin' adventure. Oh no, the second factory we went to?
Mm-hmm.
The Roaring
Yeah.
Star?
Yeah, it was like session 2.
Yeah, it was early. It was way early.
Yep.
We found this in a long abandoned demon factory in. It was Roxway, right?
Near Roxway.
It was outside. It was in the wild.
In the wilds near Roxway.
Yeah.
It has served me well.
I see. Well, I have to admit I've never seen an artifact react to something in this way. Unless it's secretly a wooden arch slaying weapon. I mean, I've seen that before. I've seen dragon slaying weapons suddenly glow when dragons were around. Mind you, that was the demons wielding those, not us, but that's a tale for a different day.
I would like to hear it someday.
Mhm.
This does not feel like a warning. This feels like something else. I'm gonna actually just very lightly touch it to the archway.
This is a good idea.
It is a
The
good idea.
archway
You remember what happened
itself-
last time we did this, right?
Right.
So
Actually, I'll tell you what. Before I actually touch it to the
Mhm.
archway, I'm going to kind of put it in the archway, just a little, just a
just a
little.
little,
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
Just the tip of the
just the
archway.
tip
Just
is
one of the
your
bar.
intention. But as the most minute spike kind of pushes past the precipice of this archway, the weapon suddenly flings into the archway.
It's a greedy fucking mace.
And and like the mace head itself vanishes, and then it starts turning, and you hear these gears, almost like a lock is being undone.
No way.
Is this the fucking place
The
where
Kingdom of
we...
Lathander? That could be.
Oh, King Key of his home.
Oh.
And then as soon as it suddenly stops turning, and then this like golden portal suddenly opens up.
Uh-huh.
And then the mace, which is now also on the other side of the portal, drops to the floor. With a very quick "Rawr!"
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
In reference to the old universe that we have come from, well, that two of them had come from, where there was the arch in the middle of nowhere, does it link there?
You don't know. However, Rio does not see any kind of desert on the other side.
Rio would know that arch
Right.
very well.
Yeah, I met that arch. I dream about that arch sometimes.
There's a song about that arch.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this wasn't part of the plan.
There you are.
No.
Found her.
this is-
10 points to Gryffindor.
10 points to... Fuck Gryffindor.
Yeah, I'm not part of Gryffindor, but they get the points anyway.
Apparently I'm
Yeah,
Ravenclaw. I don't really know these things, but okay, so the mace has actually been like taken out of my hand.
Yes.
Can I still see it?
Yes.
Is it on the other side of the thing?
Half of it is.
Well, I'm not gonna give that up, so
Right.
I'm gonna pick it up.
I'm gonna climb down
Okay.
from my perch and go through the portal.
Oh boy.
You pick it up, pull it out, and the portal vanishes.
Well, no, I never said pull it out.
Okay, you're holding it, and then the portal
Yeah.
is just there.
I would just kind of keep holding it, but I want to pick it up and have it, in my hand because I don't want to let go of it.
So it's the key. I think that's what was said previously anyway.
It is a key, and something has opened. Oh, my friends, this is exciting. This
We
could
should-
be.
We should probably go in, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb down and go in.
Okay.
Not very far.
I'm just gonna be like,
Your
Your Majesty, adventure, and step through.
Come, Rio! And he puts his hand on Rio's shoulder and he starts pushing forward. There's adventure to be had!
Hooray, adventure!
Oh, we're bringing you back together.
One adventure at a time.
And the two of them enter, and before you see... Wish I had found music.
It's Christmas time.
Ooh.
This large golden structure. The entire area appears to be made of solid gold, the way it shimmers and shines.
Counterweight.
How's this? Yeah, this is good.
With this music, nothing bad could happen.
Right. Nothing bad.
Alright, let's start melting the bitch down and just put it in the bags.
There's braziers every couple of feet, but they don't appear to hold fire or anything that really is made to burn for light. They appear to be incense burners, which gives the entire area a certain pleasant scent. You see before you this essentially what appears to be a golden castle with beautiful statues decorating the outside and tall spires that gleam in the sunlight.
Safe to say this is a different location. Like that wasn't just hidden, it's actually a portal to somewhere else. I mean,
You can make some kind of knowledge check to know for certain, but I would say that is a good assumption.
you know, I'm just looking at the picture. I mean, there's mountains in the background stuff, and I know that's just the picture. Right. I mean, it would kind of have.
You certainly don't see a forest around you.
Right. Okay. I'm just gonna go off that assumption because that kind of makes sense.
By the way, I followed them in for my.
Okay.
Yep, I'm going into. I mean, I can't stop.
I would like to cautiously enter as well.
Yes.
I go in screaming. Not caution. It's like, go!
Kind of like cautiously meanders their way in, and then at the very back, Mr. Nock just comes sprinting in, shouting, "Go!" and dives into the portal just as it closes.
Just doing windmills with his arms for no reason. Just circling around while he's running.
I'm gonna grab the knocked by the collar. Just kind of
Not if you can't see me.
use just enough. I heard you. You screamed and jumped through a portal. I know
Still
you're there.
29 stealth.
I don't care. I know you're there.
I'll say before Mr. Denacht can find something to hide
Correction,
behind.
33.
Before Mr. Denacht can find something to hide behind, Kiev grabs him by the collar of his cloak.
20 seconds in acrobatics.
His stats are too good. We'll just
All
have
those
to-
acrobatics you can do with your feet off the ground
Well, you have to try to
as I
catch
lift
me.
you up.
You have to try to catch me.
All I'm doing is grabbing your collar and saying, "Caution is appropriate. This place has a feel. We should not run in screaming."
Isn't this your kingdom now, though?
I do not know.
Kind of gaudy.
But do you not feel that sense of
Wonder, richness.
adventure.
Yes.
I've got a money boner right now. I don't know about you.
Of course you do.
Yeah, start melting shit
You're
down.
the only person who
Fullbacks.
could be
Can you
holding.
say that out loud?
No.
You're the only person who could be holding more coin than they could possibly move with, and still just be like, "We got to get all this gold. We got to melt it all down. We got to carry it out of here."
All right, so when Thor puts me back down on the ground, I like sneak along with my 33 stealth, going gold, 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 gold,
Yep.
gold, gold.
With your mighty
Yes.
acrobatics, you quickly jump behind a hand thing. What? Oh god, what are those
Hand
things?
thing.
Barrier walls. You quickly
Handrails.
dash behind or do a flip behind a chest-high wall, and then as soon as someone looks over, you're gone.
Ah,
You're
I
now
would think-
somewhere in the city.
With that kind of acrobatics check, he should be able to swim in any kind of gold coin that he finds. Like Scrooge.
I think we've already discussed
So-
trying to Scrooge McDuck inside of the safe that one time.
Didn't I make a gold angel?
Yes.
Of course you did.
All right. Well, I see a door on
There
the
is a
picture.
door.
I assume there's a door in
There is.
actuality. So, shall we begin to walk towards the door? Let me rephrase that. I begin to walk slowly towards the door.
Okay. You start walking towards the door. The roaring star is strangely silent, but it gleams in the sunlight with a almost like very brightly. It's almost like the glint of the sun on the metal is somehow amplified at least 10 times as it creates these beautiful like bursts of color and lights. With each step, you essentially the sound of your footsteps kind of echo out as there is no real sound here. It is so silent that even your breathing, your footsteps, kind of just moving around, is quite loud in comparison. With each clinking footstep along the golden stairway, you get closer to this very large, ornate, rune-covered door. And over the handrails, you see stairs that lead down into a very large and open space that presumably a town could go to. However, there is no building in this large open area. There are, however, gold brick roads that kind of crisscross around the underneath of this platform you now realize you're on. You get close to the large door, and now you're in front of it. This nice golden structure just stands before you. There's essentially two doors here, a very large double door, and inside of the double door is a much smaller and what looks to be pure gold door that's about your size.
Aw, it's just my size door.
Is there any kind of knocker like thing or?
You see no knockers, you see no handles. It is almost, with the exception of the hinges that you can see, you could almost mistake this for just a very ornate wall.
All right, well then I'll stand in front of the door and say, "Hello?"
Your words echo throughout the area. There's no response beyond that.
All right, I'll just kind of touch the door.
You
What's that?
touch the door. It's solid, warm to the touch. Not hot, but a very nice, pleasant warmth to it. Kind of like lazily bathing in the spring sun. Is what that heat reminds you of. But the door itself does not relent, does not open to your touch.
What were you saying, Mew?
Try touching it with the mace.
Yeah, we'll get there. The last time I did that, well, not the last time, the time before last I did that, I had to fight a guy that almost killed me, so.
That's true.
I kind of want to be respectful here and not jump directly to, using weapons.
Singing about melting it down.
That too.
I tried to study the runes on the outside of the arch.
Okay. Give me a religion check.
Nice.
The runes on the door, you mean?
Yeah.
So the runes on the door appear, they're not magical in the rune casting sense. They more just speak of here lies. And this is in, can you speak Celestial, or can you read Celestial?
I cannot. I can read Abyssal, Elvish, and Dwarvish.
Then you don't. You know these are runes. You know they're not the classically magical runes. The material it's made of seems magical, but the actual runes themselves do not appear to hold any kind of magical casting within them. But you know it's in a language you can't really read.
I know Celestial.
Really?
It's in my character sheet.
Yeah,
Alright.
and Rio should too, I think, from the previous world.
No, that's
Yeah,
Old Tongue.
Well, but they had the celestial writs, and at least one of them studied it to learn what they said.
Yeah, who did that? I don't remember.
I believe
That may have been Jack Smokesong, actually. I don't remember.
No. That was the cleric. What's his name?
Oh, Fallon?
Fallon.
Yeah,
There we go.
Fallon. That makes more sense.
You should have found
Um,
Fallon.
Mm.
So does Mr. Denach walk up and read these runes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Mr. Denach walks up, and do you read this out loud, or do you just read it to yourself?
I read it to myself first, in case it's like a summoning curse thingamajig.
All right. So, you read this to yourself. Mind you, while you're doing this, Miss Crimey's over there is casting Comprehend Languages, so she too can read this.
Okay.
Oh, no, wait, no, I'm sorry. This is only for spoken language.
It's written, but she has
Oh,
to
wait.
touch the door.
You also understand
And
any
it's slow.
written language that you can see, but you must be touching the surface.
It's
Oh,
written
which-
as well, but I have to touch it.
Right, okay. Anyways, so, you, on the words on the door are, here lies city of Lathander, going to the chosen of Lathander. May he rule it with nobility and dignity, and may it spread in him and in others goodness and wealth.
Yeah, I just repeat that back to everybody.
Okay.
So it's true. This is the kingdom of Lathander. So
It's a bit gaudy.
Is that a pun?
he's a god.
Is that a pun because he's a god and also gaudy is in like tacky? Is that what we're going with?
Now we are.
All right.
Lover.
Is anybody else getting some crazy fucking robot voices?
Nope.
No,
I'm
I
not.
think it's just you. Because even you sound fine to us, so.
I'm a little concerned. Why are we here?
It's a great question.
We walked through the portal.
I mean, that is why we're here in the physical sense.
I'm more concerned about whether we have any business here or whether somebody here has business with us.
Well, that one,
is
and
business
I'm
time.
pointing to Kiev. He is holding onto the key to this place, making him technically the ruler here, or at least if this door is to be believed.
I was told that this artifact weapon, the Roaring Star, would unlock the kingdom of Lathander, should it be found. And that he who wields the weapon is the ruler of the kingdom. I do not know how this works, what it means, but I cannot pass up the opportunity to find out. So, okay. Staying with the spirit of not jumping directly to things, can I kind of like knock on the door?
Okay.
Like not
You-
bang on it, but
Right.
you know, firmly knock.
You knock on the door. The metallic echoes seem to carry on throughout the inside of the structure. There is no response.
I guess no one's home.
Hello?
Are there supposed to be people here?
It didn't say.
I'd imagine it'd be hard to have people in a secret kingdom.
I'm just out of character. Was it Little Teacher that told us about this? Did we get this from a book? I'm trying to remember,
So,
My memory's not great.
I think it was a
personally.
combination of the two, honestly. I think the little teacher gave us some information about what it was precisely and how it was hidden.
Well, it was like a
So
thing. It was like a written thing or
Right.
something.
I can answer some of those questions. So you remember Varus specifically, who looked up information on this at the Tomb of Bakab, God of
That's what it
Knowledge. Rather, the God of Written Knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
who has since died and allowing Ioun to become the sole God of Knowledge. There you had learned that there was vague reference to the Roaring Star, how it was the key to enter the kingdom of Lathander, and that this would somehow equate to defeating the demon kind. Actually, the demons had mentioned that, I believe, that this was somehow key to defeating all of demon kind. There's not really any more explanation on that. There was also like a vague points of like the highest points of Lathander's reign is when the kingdom would appear, which was, as the little teacher told you, the last day of spring, which, unbeknownst to you, it currently is.
That's what I remembered that part. Okay. Well,
Because I told you how long ago the last day of spring was, forever ago, and I've been keeping track on how many days that's been.
Seriously? We fucking
Yes.
just hit it. Wow.
oh man. Okay.
Jesus.
You
You've
Well,
probably been really excited about it too. You're like, oh shit, they're gonna get there right on time.
119 days ago,
Yep.
I told you, or rather, it's 120 days ago. 120 days ago, I told you that the last day of spring is going to be in 120 days.
Yep. All right then.
I mean, we didn't even know where it was.
Yeah, that's true too.
Well,
but
and it may not be that it's here. It may simply be that the Roaring Star was there. There was some form of place conducive to a portal, and it attracted each other.
Oh,
or maybe
right.
we just happened to be in the right place.
and something that little teacher said was that the kingdom is located in a when and not necessarily a where.
Right.
And so where might
So-
have been inconsequential.
There was another hint. Was in between three mountains which don't touch.
Oh yeah.
I guess we are in the right place. This must be the place.
Coincidentally.
All right, then I'm going to steel myself for just a moment and then confidently hold the mace out and touch it to the door.
Once again, the mace seems to drag itself from your grasp. And even though the door looks solid, it kind of allows the mace to enter as if it were a liquid. Then the mace begins to spin, and you hear more gears and latches undoing themselves. And then the mace suddenly stops and just sits there inside the door.
Okay, so I'll take hold of the mace and push.
Okay.
Maybe give it a twist.
You push forward and the door gives way. And through the door is a very large expanse of a room with long golden carpets leading up onto some small stairs, and then a large golden throne sits there, the back center of the room.
Empty.
Empty. No one sits upon the throne. Behind it are some more stairs that lead somewhere that you cannot see from here. There do appear to be two doors, one to the left and one to the right. But other than that, it appears to be empty.
So, I want to go sit on the throne.
Okay. Are you sitting on the throne?
I will go sit on the throne.
Mr. Denacht walks over
It's pretty
and sits on the throne.
It's pretty rude to sit on someone else's throne.
What?
It is quite comfortable and warm and tingly.
Warm and tingly.
Is there anything not made of gold?
Everything certainly seems to be made of this very similar golden metallic material. Well, with the exception of the cloth rug, which seems to have an inlay of this material formed into fibers, the rug itself is a nice, dark, common silk.
All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of look at everybody else and just say, I am compelled to enter. I must know, but it is your own choice if you follow. And I'm gonna walk in the room.
Okay. Mr. Denacht is already inside the room, sitting on the throne.
I wave at
I
him.
give him a dirty look.
So
I
as you
scooch over
enter
and pat
the room, you instinctively pull the Roaring Star, which pulls out of the door, and the door remains open. You have the mace.
Good.
Alright, well, I guess I'm going in.
Okay. I presume the rest of the party is going in, or is there anyone who wants to explore somewhere else, like the large empty area below? Because you guys essentially began on this platform, which then went up some stairs. To the left and right of that were stairs downwards that led beneath the platform, which is where there's the gold road and essentially empty spaces.
Yeah, if somebody else wants to come with me, I wouldn't mind scouting that out, but I'm not going to go by myself.
So, does anyone want to help Bishona?
I shall. I'll leave the throne for Thor.
Mr. Denacht jumps up. It feels slightly colder now, but no matter, because he shall aid Bishona in her time of need. He strolls out of the castle, ready to explore down below. So, inside the main hall, there is rug, and then the throne, and then to the left and right are doors. Behind the throne are some staircases leading up. One veers off to the left, the other veers off to the right.
We should split up.
Doesn't that ruin the whole point of us going together?
Yeah, but they'll meet back up together. Trust me, I know this place.
So, Mr. Denacht and Bishona are outside, and there's two stairs. So, outside the gate, right, there are these two stairways that lead below the platform you're on. From where you're standing, you do see that they both reach down to the bottom of the area onto what appears to be dirt and like golden roads.
Okay, then I will take the stairs on the left.
I will take the stairs on the left.
Okay. After insisting upon splitting up, Mr. Danok proceeds to follow Bashona down to the...
I'm going on the roof. That's splitting up for me. Not the roof, the ceiling.
So, there isn't a ceiling because it's outside.
Oh. I mean, guy. But
Just go
okay.
down the stairs. Just go down the stairs.
Just walk down the stairs like a normal person.
Mr. Danok, always being the way he is, proceeds to jump onto the side of the stairway and walk down the wall that holds the stairway up.
Are you some kind of man spider?
Spider pig, spider pig.
I mean, I wasn't gonna go all copyright infringement, but yeah, sure.
It's not like this is going on the tube of views or anything.
It's fine.
Actually, it is.
I don't think anyone's gonna get mad that you did 3 seconds of Spider Pig karaoke without any accompaniment.
Welcome to the YouTube Plus section of the video.
If you've seen an ad before this video started, it means we've been flagged for copyright for Spider Pig.
You keep
Yeah.
saying the word.
Seems legit.
So, you
Walking
both
down.
head down these stairs and arrive at this pretty empty area. You see mountains surrounding you, or the outside area, but the bottom appears mostly just this kind of sandy dirt that is, along with a cross section of golden or gold brick roads, currently standing on, or at least Bashona is standing on. I don't know where Mr. Danok is standing. I presume somewhere that is at least 90 degrees away from the normal angle he should be standing.
That would be correct. That's a good assumption.
Mr. Danok stands upon a small pillar that is marked male.
M-A-L-E or M-A-I-L?
M-A-I-L.
So I shouldn't urinate on it.
No, I mean, the place is already golden. You wouldn't be doing anything.
You do see every couple of rows there is a what appears to be a well of some sort. Certainly it has that well-like structure of the brick-like base, and then the part that comes up, and then there's the hatch, or the board that goes across, along with the bucket and rope tied around it.
Does the soil look pretty fertile, or is it too sandy?
The soil around the Golden Brick Roads does not look fertile at all. It looks completely desolate. However, beyond the Golden Brick Road, between the Golden Brick Road and the mountain, there is grassland that appears to be, well, you can't really tell the quality of the dirt from where you're standing, but if it's good enough for grass, it must be at least some kind of fertile.
So, the Golden Brick Road,
Mhm.
are there like midgets hiding somewhere?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Are they perhaps part of the Confectionery Treat Alliance?
He sees me.
You
The only
see
magician.
no such small men. You see no such halflings or gnomes.
Well,
That
not
doesn't
really
mean
short
they're not
humans.
there.
All right, so the pillar that says male, is there any male around it? Like,
You look inside the golden pillar.
you see an Amazon box.
You
delivered there.
see no such
2-day delivery anywhere, man.
You see no such thing. You see no packages or letters or scrolls or anything like that. It appears to be empty.
That's disappointing.
Okay.
And here is where I thought all the prayers to Lathander went to.
So, well, first of all, I don't think Lathander has that many prayers since he doesn't have a champion. And second of all,
He's dead.
I go to investigate the well.
Okay. You walk over to one of the wells. It appears to be a well. There's a bucket. It goes down where you can't really see anything, and the light does not go that far.
Can I draw some water from it?
Sure. You push the bucket in and you let it fall down. Slowly crank it back up. And the bucket appears to be filled with this crystal clear water.
Huh. Okay. I take some of the water and
Mhm.
pour it on some of the grassland area if it's not too far away.
It's pretty far away.
Oh, okay. I'll test it out on the sandy soil then.
Okay. You toss it. It reacts how you would expect water to react. It makes the area slightly damp and wet.
Okay. Then I will try drinking a little bit of it.
Okay. It's surprisingly thirst quenching. It doesn't really have much of a taste, but it's water.
The thirst quenchiest.
She chose wisely.
Mm.
Cup
Well-
of a carpenter. The cup of a carpenter.
I'm kind of curious about this area because it seems to be laid out like some sort of garden, but it seems to be long since dead. Have you found anything interesting, Mr. Danak?
I found an empty mail container. And no small people. I have not found any small people.
Another one.
Not. Oh,
Huh. Okay. Is there anything else of interest out here?
You look around and you suddenly notice this table with what looks like parchment and 4 golden bricks on either side. And this sits in the middle of the area, which is just underneath the platform. So there's 4 pillars vaguely around it that holds up the platform you were on when you first entered. And underneath it appears to be this parchment where 4 gold bricks keep the paper in place, presumably to keep it from floating away in the wind. In the meantime, what are the people in the castle doing?
I can't read Celestial, so I'm just, hanging out with Pops, looking around.
top.
Olympian seems pretty interested in what's going on currently and the structure as a whole. He seems to be looking through everything. There's not many rooms. There's no rooms here that you can see. There's the 4 or the 2 doors and the 2 stairways. So this is the hidden city of Lathander.
Yeah,
I must admit, I thought it was a myth, or at least impossible after, well, Lathander fell.
What do
I
you
said-
know?
Continue.
I just was asking what he knows about it.
Well, I know that. Lathander said that his champion would have a kingdom. Really, every god said champion would have a kingdom. Unfortunately, not every god and not every champion survived. And I suppose that's just the way of things. Now, every deity who did survive does have a kingdom. I know, because I founded one. But it was nothing like this. That I'm certain of. We had to build it brick by brick. This... I must admit, I'm quite jealous of Lathander's promise. I certainly wish that, and this is not to say that Coralon is all unrelenting in his faith towards the elven people. I just certainly wish that he had given me the option of a pre-made kingdom.
I want my money back.
Yeah.
Can
Your
I
Majesty, it
unkill
is truly
Titan?
a glorious.
You hear someone yelling down below, "I want my money back!" It's the voice. It's the voice of
It's
Mr.
actually a bunch
DeVos.
of vending machines. Lower level, you guys are missing it.
I guess we're not,
Your
since the
Majesty.
vending machine didn't give you what you wanted.
It is truly a glorious place, but I would say the heart of a kingdom is its people, and I see no people. I think you may have gotten the better end of the deal.
That's very true. Although I suppose if Lathander had survived, he would have more than enough people to fill the place.
It is like
So much history here. The people of a kingdom are like a tree, but their history is their roots. And there is quite a substantial amount of history in here.
Story time with Papa. What's his name?
Polemian?
Polemian. Story time with Papa Polemian.
Story time with Papa Polemian!
Hey,
Oh,
what
no.
happened to that fucking gnome?
He left.
he left.
He deedle off.
Why?
Yeah.
He had other stuff to do.
Yeah. He's gotta live his life, man.
So I'm gonna look. There's 3 of you in here with me at this. No, 4 of you in here with me at this point. Bashona and Democ are down below. So I'm going to. I'm looking at this throne and I'm genuinely curious. But we've got these 2 doors over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to suggest that Your Majesty, why don't you and Rio take one door, and the demon and the little one can take the other one. See what lies behind.
Oh, I see how it is. The elves can go with each other, and the tieflings can go with each other. Racist.
No.
Now. I don't know who he's calling the little one, but I hope he's not referring to me as the demon.
It's you. You're the little one.
I mean, you're both demons, but
And little ones.
Excuse me.
this one's taller than when we met.
No, he shrunk again.
Right, but I think he grew more than he shrunk, didn't he?
Right, he grew 1 inch total.
Right. And he's older.
I'm gonna find a frickin' gigantism spell and just have that cast permanence.
So, who goes where?
I
Who
mean,
goes left, who goes right?
it's up to you. I was just making a suggestion.
Polemian,
A little bit to the left.
you're taking the left?
Alright, well then I guess I'll go left.
All right. Okay, so Rio and Halimian take the right. So we'll start with
Assuming Rio's okay with that.
Varus.
All
Yeah.
right.
We'll start with Varus and Miss Crines. So the two of you open the door.
Mm-hmm.
It appears to be a very large area with map.
With a map?
It's a large open area, and there is a somewhat looks like a table. It's more like a war room thing.
Mm-hmm.
Though there are shelves and books around. There also appears to be what almost looks like a planetarium kind of thing surrounding this war map, and stuck to one of the rungs. Mind you, on this war map, there's all these various figurines on there. However, stuck to one of the metal bars that hold up the structure of the planetarium parts, where the sun moves across the map, is another small figurine. It kind of looks like a castle.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's in the room.
All right. So let's see. It's a lot of shit to examine. So tell me about the relationship to the sun thing in the castle.
The castle is on one of the bars that holds up the sun, and the sun appears to move along this bar.
Mm-hmm.
That's the relationship between. I mean, the castle thing is like appears to be stuck on this bar. It's kind of sideways, stuck on.
I'll be right back. Headed to the bathroom.
But the figurine can move, right?
Would you like to touch the figurine?
I don't know if I want to touch the figurine.
You can't tell from standing in the doorway.
Well, I'm walking in the room, obviously. I'm
Okay.
examining the figurines. and the
Okay,
map.
you can't really tell without touching it. You might be able to move it.
Okay, sure. I pick up the figurine and I move it.
Okay. All right, you grab it. It moves.
I'm waiting for the entire kingdom to sit up and fucking go somewhere else.
No, that doesn't happen.
Alright, well then never mind.
Are
I
there
put it
more
back where it
figurines to
was.
grab?
Hmm.
I would also like to pick up the figurine.
Okay, you both grab for the figurine.
No,
You're
I have
both
to
now holding the figurine, almost like two children who want the same toy.
Good.
No, he said he put it back down. I was picking it up after he put it down.
Oh, okay. Now you have the figurine.
I would like to move it around as if I'm playing with it.
You do just that.
Nay!
It's a
You shout nay, and then make the kingdom gallop all around the area.
I like this room.
I wait for her to be done with the figurine so I can put it back where it was.
Okay. So, as you are closer to this war room, it is a map of the continent you were on,
Mm-hmm.
Grand Continent of Throne Shatter.
Mm-hmm.
There appear to be, give me a history check or an intelligence check. Okay. Okay. So the two of you look at this map and you see that each of these small kingdom figurines correlate to exactly where the capital of each of the countries. So it's the capital of each of the countries of Throne Shatter.
Okay. And then the castle figurine that I was holding on to, what does that correlate to? Given
Space.
Given its location. Oh, space. Okay, great.
It's because there's the map with all the different figurines on it, and then there's this contraption around the map that holds up what appears to be some kind of like large celestial bodies kind of movement tracking device.
Is this the comet in the sky?
No, I think it's the sun.
I think it's the comet in the sky.
Okay. All right. Well, anyway, great. So, out of character, is there something you want me to learn from this map, or should I walk away from it? All right. So I look at the books. What do the books say?
The books appear to be written in Celestial.
All right. I don't know that language, so I can't read them.
Oh.
I follow behind him.
Oh no,
like a
right.
little kid, and I also look at stuff that he looks at.
Okay. You start touching the spines of each of the books. They appear to be just general knowledge books, like encyclopedias, dictionaries. That's pretty much it, just like various volumes of encyclopedias on the continent of Throne Shatter.
Well, while I look at these, I read aloud the names of the books, as if I'm talking to myself, but sort of cueing him in as to what they mean.
Right. Okay.
All right. So besides the library and the map, what else is in this room?
Nothing.
Okay. So what happens when I move the celestial body on the map?
You can't.
Okay.
Try as you might, you cannot seem to move the contraption of beyond its own slow movement.
Is the map magical?
Yes. You certainly feel magic as you touch the contraption.
Okay.
So, on the other side of the castle, Hulimian and Rio open up the door and find themselves in a room with a pedestal. It's almost like a pillar that was built, whose base was only built, and the rest was just left undone, not made at all. That appears to be the only thing in this otherwise... Well, actually, no, there's benches around this base, but nothing else. Right? Other than that, it's just the golden brickworks of the room. What do you make of this, Rio?
The half-finished pillar? I freaking have no idea. I don't read Celestial. So it's just like more of a pedestal then.
Essentially, yes.
And there are other ones like it that are finished near it.
No, this appears to be the only one in the room. You haven't really seen pillars like this in the structure so far, but that's essentially kind of what it is. It's like the base of a column that was just placed in the room randomly. Holymian seems to just stroke his chin while he thinks of what this could possibly be.
So it doesn't look like any of the other pillars. I don't think it's a pillar. How high is it?
About shin height.
Maybe a statue stood here once?
Maybe. But then where'd the statue go? Unless it went to seek out murder! Murder statues, of course! I should have known! It's always the murder statue. He summons his sword and turns around. Come, we must warn the others! There's a murder statue on the loose!
It's like a weeping angel murder statue. That's what I'm imagining.
I'm gonna climb up on the pedestal and stand there.
Okay. As you do, he turns around and goes, "No, you fool!" And then suddenly this burst of magic happens, and you're perfectly fine.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Illumian kind of like looks around and, oh, it wasn't murder stuff.
No. What was that magic though?
Living shrugs.
Well, it wasn't murder statues, clearly.
Certainly wasn't a murder statue. 'Cause I've seen those, and I'll tell you, they are nothing to be taken so lightly. But luckily, you remain unmurdered, so certainly wasn't a murder statue. The magic certainly seemed to move through you, however, you don't know exactly what it did. Maybe looked at you? Perhaps someone has used a scrying spell on you. Or maybe... How peculiar.
Can I get off of the pedestal?
Yep. However, back outside, in the center of the area, the underneath area, where the golden brick roads and the sandy dirt lay, Mr. Denacht and Bashona stand in front of this table, which appears to have a map of the underground area. You see the cross section of the roads, and each of the wells are on the map, but other than that, it's pretty much blank. Before you can really respond to one another as to what's to question what this is or to make guesses, you suddenly see a giant, somewhat translucent Rio standing in front of, or at the center of this, back center, like on the other side of the area. And he seems to look around and ask, "What was that?"
What do
There's
you
a
mean?
pause, and then he continues on with, and then I guess it wasn't murder statue. He appears to continue to have this one-sided conversation, or this kind of like conversation with someone that you don't know who it is. You get the feeling from how they're pausing and how they're responding that there's another part of this conversation that you're just not privy to. At which point, he walks away and then vanishes. This giant, slightly transparent Rio.
Rio? Was that you?
Hello, Rio.
Can I hear her?
I don't. I presume not. Are you yelling this out, or did you just say that?
I mean, I just saw the giant Rio right in front of me. I don't know what's going on, so I'm
So
just like
say
trying to
that-
talk to it.
Rio can't hear you.
Huh. I wonder what that was about murder statues?
I'm sure that it's fine.
I mean, have you heard of murder statues?
I hear that they like to get you. But, we'll be fine. We don't.
Okay. How about this map then?
Does the map have any particular, like, markers on it, or, like, points of interest, or, like, a little "you are here" star?
So on it, there does appear to be the table itself on the map. There is also a marking which looks like a tiny well where each of the wells are. And on the table, though not on the map, there is an ink and quill.
Can I tell if the parchment is magical?
You touch it, and you certainly feel there is magic within it.
Do I understand the purpose of the parchment?
Unfortunately, it's not outright obvious what it does. You get the sense that writing or marking the map with the ink will do something, but you're not quite certain as to what that something is.
I mean, out of character, I have a pretty good idea where this is going.
So then roll with it.
Okay. I'll try drawing a little hut on the map, kind of somewhere out of the way, but not too far.
Okay, so you draw a small hut on the map, and suddenly where you have drawn it, the corresponding area suddenly starts to shift, and a small hut bursts from the ground out of the sandy dirt, and there it stands. A nice small hut made of this nice golden material that appears to be everywhere else in this land.
Huh. Well, that's interesting. Considering I just made the hut, I'm going
Like an actual
to...
hut? Wow.
Yeah, considering I just presumably made that hut, I'm going to assume there's nothing particularly interesting in it. But I'd kind of like to go back and report what we found.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm definitely cool with that.
all right. You both go back towards the question. How much
All right.
money does your character have on her? And is she keeping it in her bag? The bag of holding?
Most of it's in the bag of holding right now.
How much does she have in the bag of holding?
About 300 platinum and 400
Remove 200
gold.
platinum.
What?
Actually, no. It's a small hut. So make that remove 10 platinum. Because a small hut really isn't worth it.
There we go.
I was about to say I could find some sticks for free that could make a small hut.
Is the hut gold?
Right? Is the hut gold? Actually, that's an
Yes.
important question. Okay, well,
Yes, it is.
Huh.
I don't think I could find
Okay.
some gold sticks for free where I could make a hut, but
I mean, that's great. Let's just erase the map. We'll be even wealthier.
I don't think it works that way.
Why not?
So you go back up the stairs. So unbeknownst to you, this money has vanished. But you go back up the stairs towards Kiev. Kiev, on the other hand, what have you been doing this evening?
Well, after the four of them went off to the other doors, I would have approached the throne and try to see if anything, changed with the Roaring Star. Was there any indication, any feel, any brightening, anything like that as I got closer to it?
As you get closer to the throne, the Roaring Star has a certain sense to it. It almost appears like it gets your adrenaline pumping, like you feel this sudden force and stress upon you, but it's not bad. It's more like excitement. Both a sense of sudden, like the weight of sudden responsibility mixed with the joys of power. And these feelings kind of radiate from the Roaring Star with each step you make towards the throne.
I'm gonna sit in it.
All right. You sit down in the throne, and you suddenly get this feeling like this is your land. You own this. It's a sudden rush of knowledge. You suddenly know every nook and cranny of this castle. You know the plots of land down below. You know of the table with the map on it below. You know of the room you know of the room that Varus and Crines is in. You know the room that Holimian and Rio are in. You know that the stairways go up to the left one leads into a mess hall, while the right one leads into a essentially quarters, like it leads to various rooms for guests and yourself a master bedroom to stay in. You know of how table downstairs, writing on it will create whatever you wrote on it to come into existence, but it will also magically drain whatever coffers you, the drawer, or barring that, the kingdom's coffers, if it has any, that value will be deducted from. And if said value cannot be deducted, the ink will not write on the map.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do I have an understanding of how this place works?
Magic.
Well, right. But I mean, so it's the last day of spring. That's how we got in here. Does
Yes.
it only ever appear and be accessible on the last day of spring?
In the room where Varus and Crines were is a figurine that represents this very area. Placing it on the map will transport this demi-plane and superimpose it upon the material plane, essentially teleporting this entire area into the material plane upon where the token was placed.
We home, boys. Commence the dungeons and decorating.
Yeah, so like the plan was to take over that fortress. I think we're good here.
Yeah.
All right, let's just blow that shit up. This place is way better.
Well, you said that we can superimpose this place over someplace on the material plane, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
So what happens if we just place it on top of the demon fortress?
You don't know.
You want to double down on Fortress? You want to have a merger of the fortresses?
Yo, dog, I heard you like fortresses.
So we put.
I put a fortress in your fortress.
Mhm.
What could go wrong?
Cool. All right. So at this point, I'm just kind of sitting in the throne, absorbing all this, and
Correct.
kind of like, okay.
So as you kind of come out of this knowledge, these ghostly golden apparitions start appearing. And you know that these are essentially unseen servants. These are magical servants that will obey whatever whim you decree, but they're just basic servants. They can do things like serve food, prepare food, do cleaning,
Hand job.
housework stuff, essentially. They cannot do anything combat related. They cannot do anything, thought
Personal.
related.
Right.
They can catch arrows though, with their bodies.
They can also carry 10 pounds. Or no, well, it depends on their level.
So you could get a hand job, but Rio can't. If it's limited to 10 pounds.
I can get a hand job.
I think it's 10 pounds per level or something. They held a whole discussion of this in one of the acquisitions things. I'd have to look at the book. It doesn't matter at the moment. Okay. So I guess Bashona and Danact were on their way back in. The other four were in their respective rooms doing stuff. So I guess let's try this out. The unseen service, can they deliver messages?
They can't speak, but they can carry things. So if you wrote a message, they could carry it to someone.
Could they
You also
just
understand
appear?
that they cannot leave essentially the vicinity of this demi-plane. So
Right.
if this were to be plopped into the real world, they would not be able to leave the grassy area, essentially.
Right.
Um,
I just was going to send one to each room and have them like point.
can they dictate a message?
Come back out.
Are you
I-
asking if they can write something? Sure, yeah.
That's pretty cool. Captain's log, stardate.
Yeah.
One of them pulls out a sheet of paper, another one takes ink and a quill pen, dips the quill pen in, and then starts writing.
Please return to the throne room. Make that twice. What have you carried to each of the other rooms?
They make
I-
2 copies.
Guess
One
I would've
carries
said
it to
with-
one room, one carries it to another room. As Varus and Miss
Reese-
Crines are leaving. She always changes her name. As Varus and Crines are leaving, they open the door and suddenly see this note floating there in a slightly orange gold, translucent figure stands in the doorway, holding out this scroll to them. Rio and Halimian see the same thing as they also exit. The two groups can actually see each other through the unseen servant. Halimian takes the scroll.
Okay. I read the scroll. I assume I
Return to the
understand.
throne room.
Good. I understand what it says. Alright, I guess we're being summoned by His Majesty, the Lord of Lathander's kingdom.
It said please. You were not summoned, you were requested.
Uh-huh. Well,
Huge
la-dee-da. Sounds like somebody sat on the throne.
It's true.
Hey, I didn't get a giant head when I sat on the throne. Just saying. Somebody here is clearly more fit to rule. Not
At
this
that
guy.
moment, Mr.
Wait.
Denacht and Bashona enter into the throne room.
I'll head
Alone.
back to the throne room.
The other two groups.
Mm-hmm.
And you all see there, in bright golden sunlight, sits Kiev, now king of this small demiplane. Well, actually, quite large for a demiplane. This small kingdom-like area.
It's got a lot going for it. I like the homey feel.
I think Rio
Kiev?
said it best when
Yes.
Kiev, did you get a haircut or something? Something seems different.
Not exactly. Come close. Let me. I barely understand what's happening myself, but let me explain what I know. So I'm gonna tell them all those
right.
things that they already heard,
Alright.
et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
You
Right,
may now
you know
call
that
me
the
Lord Kiev.
Pillar thing is essentially like a podium that you stand on, and it will broadcast a message to everyone in the village area, the town area. Ship.
Right. And specific emphasis on the map,
Mm-hmm.
where we can move this thing anywhere we want. And I'll just say, whatever magic this is, it has declared me to be the lord of this thing, and that's fine. But my suggestion is that we use this as a base, as a immovable home. We can take this anywhere we want,
I don't know.
emerge and return and move around as needed.
So
How-
you
I don't
you
care
don't
how
actually
fast-
say that because something I neglected to mention. Once you place the figurine down, it becomes permanent.
What? Oh,
So where the kingdom moves to, it stays there.
okay.
You know
Forever?
that you didn't actually say move it mobile base, but
Right. It stays there forever?
unless you
Or-
figure out a way to move it.
Okay, wait. Now you're confusing me. So,
Unless you find a way to physically move the land it's on, it's like in the material world. Like you
Okay.
figure out to like take bulldozers and move the capital brick by brick. The
Oh.
capital's going to stay where it is. The capital will naturally stay where it is. I'll say that way.
Okay.
so we get to pick a single location where this
So
kingdom
we
will
can
exist
bounce
in the material plane.
Correct.
this makes sense. So all the other gods had theirs that they probably did similar to this and plopped a thing down.
Right.
And Lathander never got to. So it's been waiting for someone to come along and put it somewhere, which would basically found a kingdom to a dead god.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
unless we can figure out how to resurrect him.
I mean, do we really want to bring back Lathander?
His champion seemed like a bitch.
This champion was a bit prickly.
Hmm.
How dare you hold a weapon in front of my tomb? Okay. Well, so then I tell them that instead. We can put this somewhere and it can become a kingdom and our home and we can do stuff.
That one didn't nearly as confident as
Right.
we can.
Holidian
yeah.
comments.
We lost steam on this one, boys.
Did the other gods get to do this? Did Corlon just... Never mind.
I don't know. I would assume that this was...
Does that make you a king? Does that mean that you should come with us to the meeting? I mean, you were already coming with us, but now you should enter. You can bring someone else, by the way. By the way, +1. Just thought you should know. We're having a meeting. I know you already know of the meeting, but...
We didn't mean
we're going
to not
Far
invite
Haven.
you, but we didn't know
We
you were
didn't know
royalty
you were
at
a
the
king
time.
yet. I mean, you just became a king, but
Kind
as
of just like silo
as
over
Scarlet
to
King of
the door.
Stardale, I hereby personally invite you to the meeting in Farhaven. You can bring one other person.
Kind of sidle over to him, and I'm
Sorry.
like, I'm your +1, right? If
Well-
not, it's okay. I'll get it. Well, anyway.
Right.
I suppose it technically does make me a king, but don't worry, it won't change who I am.
That's a lie.
I am the king of empty buildings.
I suppose that's true. Yes. Lathander doesn't really have a following to fill
The
your
only
buildings
thing I
with.
would change is I would refer to everybody as knaves.
No, but we can
So-
still use this to our advantage.
It's true. I wish we knew the rules about how setting down in the material plane worked. Because
I suppose I would.
I feel like if we could just plop this down on top of the Demon Kingdom's location, and then it just like all just got erased, and then the kingdom got placed there instead, that would be an easy solution. Or at least to destroying all demons in the fortress.
Varus remembers that the demon fortress has a figurine
Oh,
which
right.
sits on the map.
I guess it can't overlap.
Well, unless we.
Can we pick up
Let's-
the Demon Fortress figurine and
Oh,
flush it
can
down
you?
a toilet?
Can you move those
Drop it in
others?
the ocean.
Right.
Drop it in the ocean.
Tempt it. Varus didn't try to,
I did not.
so he doesn't know.
Let's all go to the map room and take a look.
Okay,
Yeah, can we see the map of the world as we know
sure.
Her face is a map of the world. Is a map of the world.
Let me make sure to point out the various territories, which is where each of the different kingdoms are.
Right.
Strangely enough, Gold Wheel doesn't actually have a figurine on its city. Instead, it has a figurine in the center of the lake.
We should settle in Sphincter Crest over there.
it. Alright, I'm gonna look and I'm going to try and find Sphincter Crest.
I love that this is still here.
Yeah, I mean, it's appropriate.
We don't go to Ravenflight.
We don't go to Raven's Flight.
We
Why
don't.
don't
Can
we
we
go to
put it-
Ravenflight?
We
Can we
don't go
put
to
it-
We don't go to Ravenflight.
Can we
Why don't
put
we
it
go to
on
Raven's Flight?
Raven's Flight?
There's a figurine for Necropolis.
Right. I
Wait, what happened
like-
in
As well as a
Ravenflight while I
figurine
was
for
gone?
living.
No, that was before you left.
That was.
What was Ravenflight?
That's
We
where we stole the shit from the guy.
right.
It's where
Right.
you stole that guy's pants.
Yeah, you took his underwear off from under his pants. and
Oh
threw it
yeah,
back on.
the monk that
I
splashed me
meant
because he thought I was
the
a
giant
vampire.
quartz ball, but
Right, there was that too.
That was Jewel.
All right. Evernight was where I killed the patriarch, right?
The tiny morbid volcano, yes.
Tiny morbid
Mhm.
volcano.
Mm-hmm.
Where was the demon fire thing that we kind of tried to blow up but failed?
Or Wayfar.
Fort
Way up here, this
Wayfar.
tiny little island up here.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, we don't want to put our shit there anyways. There's nothing around there.
So I'm
Just,
noticing.
just how many people has this guy killed?
Don't worry about it.
He's got the Nox deadly duo for a reason.
hey, I didn't help in all those murders.
So I'm looking at the map and I'm seeing a bunch of places that we could potentially use. There seems interesting. Somewhere
some
over
blood gutters
there,
lair.
maybe. Somewhere over here, maybe. This has a lot of cross section of natural water, so that might be good.
Yeah, but that is also surrounded by people that will probably get pissed off at me at some.
Yes.
Assuming they're not already.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's
This would be super cramped, but I think that's our current location.
Yeah, we're
Right.
somewhere in here, I think, right?
You're essentially like right here.
Okay, right on this little thing. So you
so.
are.
Who's around? Who's around this area? Like
So that
Storm
area
River,
is desert.
Sandstone, Jewel. Oh, we
That's
don't
where
want to go
Steven was. That's where
Yeah,
Steven was.
That is where Steven was. Greatest dungeon.
I was
in
not
the,
here
o-
for
in the old
Steven.
world. In the old world.
All right,
It's a
so,
giant desert. We don't want it.
Yeah, no. Here was pretty good because I remember Blood Gutter. I still have his head.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I like
This is gonna be-
Evernight. I
Whoops.
like Evernight. That was a fun place.
Yeah, Evernight does kind of owe us some favors.
Yeah.
Right, so it was dwarf.
What's around here? I haven't been here to know what's around here.
We literally were just there. It was the place we were at before we went into the
This is
portal.
Helimian.
right before the portal.
Yeah,
Helimian's place here.
yeah.
Oh,
So
we
we
should go.
also
very
have.
Helimian likes us, so
So
if we
right,
settle
this would be
here-
another ally.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe for Varus's side project, it might be useful to be somewhere near water, because heavy construction is much easier to do in water.
Mm-hmm.
what's Varus' side project?
Fly
I'm
an
gonna make
airship.
airship.
Oh, the airship. Also, have we found the Man of Mega in
No.
this world yet?
No, we have
No.
not found the Man of Mega.
Okay.
Shep, I
Then-
can't really tell through here. Is there a passage of water?
There is a. I do not believe so. No. There is not.
This is just a big lake.
Yes.
All right.
I mean,
I mean, water access is important. Either way. I mean, the captain and the boat, you know?
Yeah, that's true too. Which is why I was kind of looking at seaside
here?
locations. Yeah. Up here, I feel like makes sense. We have natural water here. We have the seaside here.
Evernight is cool.
Evernight's cool with us,
There's at least one dwarf that owes us a favor in Roxway.
right?
And he was a
Valor
landowner.
Forge. This is
Yes,
where
it
I'm
was.
from,
Right.
which is not
What's in Chainless?
necessarily a good thing.
What is in Chainless? Have we been there?
Chainless is the country of the tieflings.
Yeah, that I know. But did we do anything in there besides just show up and sell drugs?
You just showed up and sold drugs there. There's a character in the party who's from Chainless. If they so desire to state they're from there.
I wonder who it is.
Is it the tiefling?
It's probably the tiefling.
No, it's probably Rio. Sounds like a thing he would do.
Rio's not from this world. And neither are you.
I mean, I'm cool with Bloodgutter's Lair, yeah.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I would also like to explore other stuff, like Death Mist, and not MIST, MISSED. Like, what's up with that?
I mean, the lady.
That's where the vampires live.
Yes.
I know.
Oh, we did a thing for them too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We've done a lot of favors.
Time to
I,
collect on 'em.
Here's the biggest issue right now. All right, keep this in mind. This is where we are. Essentially, this is where we went into the archway.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're meeting people.
Yeah.
That is
If
a
we
good
suddenly
point.
plop this thing down over here.
We're gonna be in some trouble. Yeah.
So,
Right.
so we don't have to plop it down anywhere right now. We can go meet the people.
Well,
and then
I don't
plop
know.
it down somewhere
That's the
else.
thing, is that if we leave, will this doorway not be open until the next last day of spring?
Someone give me a perception check.
Oh, good.
Yeah, somebody that's
1,
good
2,
at
3,
it.
not
do
it. Yeah. Someone who's
24.
actually good at it.
So, Mr. Denoct starts looking up at the contraption that the thing was on, the token. The two people not from this world, through the mystical knowledge of Old Tongue, that the contraption, the bar that the sun slides around on, that the figurine was originally attached to, is a calendar.
Okay.
And it was originally attached to what is essentially today, the last day of spring.
You said originally attached.
Right, someone unattached it and then reattached it and unattached it again and then made horsey noises and then put it back.
Huh,
In the
I
same
wonder who
place,
that
though.
could be.
It wasn't me. I know
So-
that sounds
So wait.
something
Why
like I
didn't
would
you?
do.
Why didn't you tell me it was a calendar?
Wait.
Because I forgot.
Okay.
So if you move that figurine to another calendar date,
Would
does
show
that mean
up-
that the castle is only accessible on that date, or does that mean that when we walk out, it's going to be that day? 'Cause
Right. Are we
This
in a
isn't a
Majora's
fucking
Mask
TARDIS.
situation?
we're going to go gang up on that dragon and make it easier. Is what we're going to do.
Right. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. We're just. Fuck it. How you like 12v1, motherfucker?
I'm sure it's just access. But
Yeah, so let's
Is that-
put it for what? Like a week from now, or like a day or two from now. Go meet the people, do whatever, shake hands, jerk each other off a little bit, and then come back.
I'm guessing I kind of have an idea about that, given that this thing has imparted knowledge to me. So do you want me to roll something, or
That
do I
was the
just?
question.
All right, you have so you can tell, or rather, you already know that the figurine essentially marks the access date. That you can once again return to the this plane from this archway. Likewise, Holimian informs you that it's about a month's journey to Farhaven on foot.
All right. So we're going to Farhaven.
And he suggests to put it at least 2 months if you want to return, put it at least 2 months ahead and some extra days in case something goes awry.
Where?
Obviously, you're gonna have to spend at least a day in Farhaven in, conferences. Then, a month back.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, worst comes to worst, we have to camp out here a night or two or whatever,
Right. As opposed to missing your opportunity.
Right.
Right.
And having to wait a year to get back.
If it weren't for these assholes,
Right. And that asshole.
I'd say we'd just plop down right here and be done with it.
Right.
But I do like this area up here. I think it's better, plus ocean access.
It's true.
Yeah, so okay, he said it was about a month's journey, you said?
Yes.
So a month up, let's figure a week, just in case things go long, a month back, so...
Wait, we're meeting people here, right?
Yes.
Are we picking up other people on the way?
See, Helenian says no. We're meeting with the representatives of Goldwheel. Then we'll meet everyone Farhaven. We might come across the Tsar of Serpent Crest, or what's the name of the ruler of Refuge? What's her title? The Druid Matron of Refuge. But I don't think we'll necessarily run into them on the way to Farhaven.
Where are we looking at? Between Chainless and Evernight, right?
Yeah, that's kind of where we were.
Well, why doesn't someone just stay here and keep moving the figurine? Whenever these guys show up, we'll have them come in. We'll just move it there, and the journey will be faster because it'll be draw. It'll be
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Can unseen servants perform repetitive tasks in
Yes.
a time frame?
They can.
Can they move the figurine?
Every 24 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they can.
So I could just have them move the figurine every 24 hours to the next day?
Mm-hmm.
So nobody has to stay behind. They can do that for us, and it'll be here when we get back. And nobody's getting in without the Roaring Star.
Right.
right.
And if I don't have the Roaring Star, that means I'm dead.
So
I
we
don't
have bigger
care.
problems.
Right.
So why don't we do that? Why don't we just have them... Yeah. I'll have the unseen servants every 24 hours, starting... Let's make it easy.
At midnight?
Yeah, at midnight. Move it to the next day. Move it one day ahead so that it's able to be accessed after midnight. And it'll just perpetually be here until we come back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I do that.
Yep. They
Good idea.
move it, over
At midnight.
at midnight.
Not before we
And they-
leave, because I want to actually be able to leave.
Right.
Not wait till midnight.
Okay.
My friends, I think it's time to go. We can return when we are done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do you all set off to leave?
Very quickly before we go, I propose we keep this between ourselves for now. I don't think it would be good for others to know I carry the key to a golden kingdom that can be put anywhere.
Yeah, that
Yep.
seems
All
fair.
right. That's gonna be a bit hard to explain why you're a king without a kingdom.
I don't need to be a king. I am your protection.
If
Have
you
you
say
seen this
so.
guy fight? I don't think he needs your protection.
That's true.
Side note: what's your title going to be? I mean, king is nice and all, but it's a bit generic. I mean, Stormshore has a champion king. I'm a scholar king. Serpent Crest has a czar.
Champion of the
I
sun.
didn't even know what that was. But apparently it's a thing.
I should make it Dayman.
Hey man.
It'll be the Daemon.
Kiev.
Artist formerly known as Frank.
I shall have to consider. I'm not sure.
Yes, it's not really something you should name after a drunken row and a couple of sleepless nights. I assure you.
The Drunkard King.
That might be someone's title.
To be honest, the idea of being a king is a bit foreign to me, so I have many things to consider.
So do you all head for the exit?
But Shani, you were going to say something?
Oh, it was nothing. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah, I think so. I think we should go ahead and exit back out. Do the things we came to do.
All right. So, does anyone object? Anyone have anything else they're going to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So you all exit the portal. And as you do, you suddenly find yourself surrounded by minotaurs.
Excuse me.
Oh, really?
Mini
Really?
tars?
Minotaurs.
I'm just gonna step on them with that small.
Minotaurs?
They're not miniature minotaurs. They're just minotaurs.
Right. They're
Dressed in all kinds of expensive fabrics,
Oh, they're not here to kill us.
quality
Big
metal.
burly cow dudes.
mhm.
There
Hello.
is one who stands a bit taller, whose beard is a bit grayer than the rest.
So he's of them. The old probably 6.
Kiev says hello.
Actually, no. I would defer to Hlymian because I think he would know who these people are.
Okay. Well, as you all magically appear out of the archway, they are suddenly surprised and quite on guard. All of them reaching at their weapons. And Hlymian holds up an arm, or his arms. Whoa!
Whoa, you like sugar cube?
I have many sugar cubes!
I have this salt lick for everyone to enjoy as a sign of friendship.
Oh no, the
Um,
horsing around has started.
Mm.
No bull.
Saddle up, boys. Let's go.
Is this because I played with the little figurine?
No.
No, I think
Yeah.
these are the people we're supposed to meet.
All
here.
your fault. We're going to die.
Right, you
So,
incidentally created the cow
Hlymian
level.
looks around and then points at the one with the gray beard. Says, Pagantis? Paganis? Is that you, old friend? And then the Minotaur kind of opens his up. Hlymian, get over here. They both kind of.
Oh my God.
Right, that was what I was thinking.
Get over here.
Chain comes out of his
Graybeard,
arm.
you kind of shout.
Toasty.
I want to boost.
Hlymian introduces you all to Kingmaker Paganis, who is the right-hand man of the late Sumar, champion of Arathis, or chosen of Arathis. he is. Holimin essentially explains that he is the kingmaker of Goldwheel, and it is under his jurisdiction that the next heir to Goldwheel is chosen. However, he has not chosen, and this is something that he kind of like whispers to you all. He hasn't chosen a heir yet, and all of the children of Sumar have grown up and are now adults, and now each of them have claimed a different city on Goldwheel as their capital. They're essentially at each other's throats.
Oh.
Good.
You see 5 other Minotaurs, each of them claiming to be
The heir
the
apparent.
trade king or queen of Goldwheel. So there's Trade King Nikus, Trade King Logos, Trade King Philo, Trade King Petros, and Trade Queen Alida. And none of them, from how they're looking at each other, seem to enjoy one another's company. You get the feeling Paganus is the only reason they're not currently murdering one another.
I'd like to roll to see if Rio would like to fuck the female Minotaur.
Does he seem to be aroused?
I feel like this roll isn't necessary. You can just like go over to him and pat his crotch.
Yeah, but I don't want to pat his crotch in front of the other nobility. It
Right
seems
away,
rude.
fucking
That's how tieflings say hello.
Yeah, right? It's how we say hello in my native country.
You should see how he says goodbye.
No.
Polemian whispers, I already tried that in front of Paganus like a century ago. He already knows that trick. Don't...
So that situation, I feel like I could step in and earn a couple favors and make a couple.
Yes, you could theoretically dispute or disrupt the socio-political climate of an entire region. That is definitely
It's not
within
like
your
I haven't
power.
done it before.
Right, it's not like you haven't done it before.
It's true. He may be the
I mean,
kingmaker, but
we
you're the
have
queen
never
slayer.
done it before.
Mr. Denat, the real kingmaker.
Denot's deadly duo. They get stuff done.
I'm gonna make little
So-
cards that say that.
Coming soon to a puppet show near you.
It's pretty late. We have about 7 minutes left, but I'm not sure. I mean, you guys can try to talk with them. Paganus and Halimian are essentially like talking amongst each other, catching up on, all the things one another did since they last talked.
Haha! I fucked your mother.
Ha ha! I fucked your mother!
Ha 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 ha!
That
Good
makes
old
us
chap.
both motherfuckers! And then they high five.
What a good Mother's Day that was.
I needed a vision of a minotaur high-fiving an elf.
I needed an image of a minotaur fucking an elf.
I don't know.
You're an elf, right? I mean,
That I am.
Look,
Drop trow.
Olympian's got the magic touch, and that gets him places.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so what are you guys doing?
Which of the senator kings, there's air quotes, but my camera isn't on, looks the angriest and most unstable?
Are you trying to find out which of them is going to pay you more?
So let me just describe each of them. So there's Trade King Nikus. He's essentially built like a truck. This guy, very muscular, lots of scars along his chest. He doesn't seem to wear any armor. Very light brown, almost gray in fur color. Massive horns on his head. Very muscular, very well built. And generally has like a very serious and also unfriendly disposition. Trade King Logos, on the other hand, wears a suit of plate mail, as well as which has the symbol of Arathis on it. He wields a massive, great sword. You can't really tell too much about him due to the fact that the plate mail is over him, but you can tell he's pretty well physically built. He's pretty muscular.
But not as bad as Nikus?
No, not as well built as Nikus, though pretty strong. Trade King Philo is, unlike the other ones, he is a very dark blue in fur color. He does not seem as strong. In fact, he doesn't really seem very strong at all compared to the other members. Mind you, not very strong for a Minotaur is still pretty strong. But he seems to wear kind of light, more like a medium armor compared to Logos. And he carries with him also a sizable staff, which has on it the symbol of Arathis. Finally, the last of the men, Trade King Petros, is he appears to be the oldest of siblings. Very muscular, but also very fat belly. He seems far more jovial, taking things a bit less serious than those around him. He certainly takes great stride in where he's standing, unlike the other ones. It takes a while to realize this, but he always seems to stand in a position where he has clearance to always run out into the forest at any given point in time. Like, he never allows anyone to stand behind him. He never allows, a tree or a rock or anything between him and the tree line. So he always makes sure he has clear space to get out. And he always makes sure that he can watch everyone around him. Mind you, all while being essentially a big, fat, smelly drunk. And finally, the woman, Trade Queen Alida, she is substantially strong and pretty well built. She looks almost like a feminine version of Nikus. She looks about as strong, about as hardy. But she wears plate mail, however, she doesn't wear a helmet. She looks very wizened. Like she's been through some shit before. But unlike the men, she doesn't take an especially aggressive stance. A lot of her words aren't as hard-hitting. She seems more fluid in how she responds, not necessarily in an aggressive manner, but more in a peacekeeping kind of manner. However, beneath that, you get the feeling like this is an act she puts on her role as peacekeeper is purely temporary or something she uses to disarm others. Really, after a while of talking and interacting with them, you get the feeling that none of them could be considered helpless. They're all quite dangerous, especially to one another. It's just that they all also realize how dangerous the others are, and so no one really wants to be the first one to do anything because that would make them the easiest target to hit. Or, in other words, none of them are attacking one another due to the fear of it being impossible for them to be the last one standing if they do so.
He's gonna pick me anyway.
Alright, and it's now 10, so I think we can
Alright.
start there.
Um,
Met the Minotaurs of Goldsway.
I don't know if this will be helpful for story, but I would like to talk to Petros during this time where we're not doing.
Okay.
Also, when is next round?
Same time next week.
Yeah.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Sunday, 7:30.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good.
Alright, well thank you all so much for watching. This has been the Throw and Shatter campaign on the Pixel Whiskey Productions. Brought to you by Pixel Whiskey Productions. Or something. I should think of something to say about that. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. If you were interested in catching more of our D&D campaigns, we are going to be playing live on Twitch starting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. I hope to see you all next time. Thanks for watching.